The man with silver hair just sat with a vacant stare. Things that made him no longer there. Not gone quite yet, persisting as a silhouette, teetering on the edge like ash on a forgotten cigarette, maligned by the fire of time that engulfed his mind. Little spared or left behind. No yesterday's, just an endless present time. Only testament of any past you could find were wrinkles on his face, deep and defined. His story residing in pages where words fall off lines. He had written a name on a page again and again and again and again. It was misspelt with an unsteady pen. The man had silver hair and he knew the name had meaning. Like a face in a crowd you could only recognize when dreaming. A desperate search, like if he could just grasp it, it would reground his being. It was in fact the first gift his mother had given him as a baby screaming. He reached for my hand, saying what he didn't have words to impart. His brain dull, but somehow his love remained sharp. Like some memories lived, not in head but heart. We gathered round those last indelible embers in the hearth, harking back to when there was a fire, blazing coals, starting to consider ways we're kept whole, picture a person's past, shielding their soul. Every memory and experience of his life projected from within, flickering Super 8 images that made the mesh of his physical skin. But the collage of his life was growing thin. Felt my heart was exploding when noticing the parts eroding, leaving holes exposed that he was escaping through to somewhere higher, like music transposed. I hug him close in a way I rarely could when he was him. It felt good, I breathed him in. Squeezed tight, like through force, I could put him back together. A hopeless endeavor. Time indifferent clenched her fist and continued her pressure. Then one day there was no more waiting. Remember driving to the sound of wiper blades scraping. Rain blurred the world like a Van Gogh painting. Too late but sped with an impotent urgency. Funny which details still occur to me. Played the radio and still remember which song was on, but I forget who called to tell me my dad didn't have long. I had already mourned the man whose being abandoned us, but till now his form remained like a bittersweet hanging fruit, and I was Tantalus. The smoke that remains after the firework is spent, a physical lament without purpose or intent. But only when it lost did I realize what that physical form had meant. Near the end, I never told him he was my hero and I loved him. Those are final words, and I wasn't ready for finality to ensue. I think about it all the time now, though. I really hope that he knew.